size, super simple recipes, number 9. Pasta and meatballs. Before we do this one, I've got to tell you that today I am utterly fucked off due to news that I've just received. So if I swear even more than normal, I apologise. Under normal circumstances, I prefer fresh pasta, but because lockdown has prevented shopping and I don't want to go to the supermarkets and what have you, we're going to use some dried pasta. I didn't go and buy this before the lockdown. We've always got some pasta here as an emergency in case people turn up. So I'm going to use a bit of fusilli. There's probably more than enough for one person in that bag. Meatballs. I'm not even going to make the meatballs, that's how lazy this one is. These are Swedish style meatballs, they're really tasty. There's more than enough there for one person. I'm going to use the last of the passata that we made, but you can just go and buy a jar of pasta bolognese sauce, whatever. I've got a bit of grated cheese and some fresh basil. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a pan on. And you want plenty of salt in your pan, and try not to knock everything off. There we go. Plenty of salt in your pan and just a tiny drop of oil. That's just to keep the pasta from sticking together. Whack your boiling water in. Bum, 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 bum. Once that's up to a boil, we'll drop the fusilli in. It'll take about 20 minutes for this dried pasta. Like I say, I prefer stuff like linguine, fresh spaghetti, tortellini or ravioli, but needs must in it, and this will make a quick tasty dinner. I'll come back once that's boiling. Okay, water's bubbling away nicely. A couple of decent handfuls of this will be enough for one person. I'm also trying to keep an eye on my carb intake, and normally a pasta dish would be mostly pasta with a smaller amount of sauce. I've reversed that and I'm using a smaller amount of pasta and a greater amount of sauce. So while that's on, let's get our pan warming up. Bum, ba, bum, 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 ba, bum. A little drop of olive oil in there. Get a bit of temperature into the pan. Pop that meatball straight in here. But they've just got to be warmed through, they're already cooked really. We'll come back once they've warmed through. Okay, our meatballs are warmed through nicely. And in goes all the rest of the potato. Lovely little smell of garlic came rapid off of that then. Like I say, you can use just a normal pasta sauce. We're going to chuck about half of our basil into there. I want to reserve a little piece for the garnish, but not a lot. Put into there a little dash of salt, little dash of pepper, I want to get that warmed right through. And then we'll pop that onto the smallest burner on the lowest setting, just to keep it warm while we wait for the pasta to cook. There we are. Wow. Does that need just a touch more salt? We'll season it up at the end, I think. Okay, I've got a piece of our pasta out. Which is al dente. So, we need to drain our pasta off in the colander. Keep knocking that one off. I have no idea why. Mine is a bat. And the pasta goes straight in with our meatballs. Give that a good stirring. We want to try and coat the pasta. And you can see I've got much more sauce and meatballs than I have pasta. Yes, that's quite a big dinner for one. That'll still be fine. We're gonna see how lazy I am. It's even grated cheddar cheese. Sprinkle on some cheese. Now the heat in the meatballs and the pasta is probably not going to be enough to give this cheese a decent melt. So I'm going to give it 30 seconds in the microwave. I know that's lazy too, but I don't care today. Fuck it. And I've reserved a tiny little bit of the chopped basil as a garnish. Sake. La, la, da, la, la, da, la, da. I think I better move that one to somewhere else. I'm out. Super simple, super quick pasta and meatballs. And now I'm going to go and stuff my face.